Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I get my deep side part. So a side part is not something that I do often, but when I do, I like it to be laid. So stay tuned if you want to see how I get this look. So this video is sponsored by Yiroo hair. They're the ones that sponsored this video with the hair that I'm going to be using. And I love their packaging first and foremost. I love the girly pink look. On the side of the package, it just says if there's anything wrong with the package, let them know. And that's really good for customer assurance. So opening up the box, I obviously have my bundles. They sent me 4 bundles in a closure as usual. So I have my bundles wrapped up and I have my closure. And this hair was the Indian deep curly, and I had the lengths 22, 24, 26 and 26, as well as the 20-inch closure. So it looked really nice. I love the way how the hair was. The wefts were really good. The curl pattern was different. It was a curly pattern that I haven't had before, but it was really soft. The softest hair I've ever had from AliExpress ever. No joke. So here's my wig head. She's ready to get her hair done. As you guys can see, she's smiling because she knows she's about to be laid. So I'm using my spandex dome cap. I only use spandex and not the mesh ones. I think the spandex ones are stretchier and they're just more breathable if you ask me. So I already have a video on how I make my wigs, how I sew them, how I add closures and all of that. So I will link that down below if you're looking to see how I actually sewed my hair all together. But this is what the wig looks like once I was finished with everything. So it's time to start getting ready to get to our side parts. So make sure you actually adhere and pin down your closure. So I'm taking a rat tooth comb. The metal tip, I'm going to go to the edge of where the closure is and my last weft. So you just want to go to that last section. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to train the hair. So we're going to use some water, or you could use mousse, whichever one that you have. And this is going to help us start to train the hair so that it can lay to the side. As you saw, the closure came kind of parted in the middle. It wasn't defined or anything, but it was kind of majority in the middle. So we're training the hair to move it over to the side. So we don't want our wefts to show. So we're going to part it again and make sure that the hair folds over the weft, covering it so that it looks natural. And then one more time, just because you're going to be plucking around the closure. So you want to make sure that you have enough hair to cover that weft. You do not want your tracks to show, ladies. It's 2018. Our tracks will not be showing. So go ahead with the water and start to train how you want your part to lay. So the next step is the hairline. So crucial and so vital. When it comes to wig making, that hairline is everything. The way how your closure lays is everything. So I'm pulling out like the first row as small as I can of the closure, and I'm going to be using Got to Be Glue. I just want to put that in there so that you guys know what I'm spraying. And basically what I'm doing is I'm going to make sure that the baby hairs are laid and that that front area is just as natural looking as possible. So I go in with a tweezer and I just pluck around where my part is laying to make sure it's going to be flat and not bulky. I also repeat this to both sides and also the front of the closure. I hate a bulky hairline. I'm pretty sure everyone does. So I definitely was plucking. I kind of over plucked in some areas, but nothing to be alarmed about. It's gonna look natural regardless. So when I was done, I just took my comb and I combed out all the area of where I was parting to make sure I could gather up the fallout. That way I can toss it, but you're gonna get a big hair ball of hair. Nothing to be alarmed about again. So next is just cutting the baby hairs. I cut them pretty short because you would think that you want them to be long, but this is baby hairs, not teenage hairs, not adult hairs, baby hairs. So cut them short. Look at your natural hair and know that baby hairs are never really that long. Like, just make sure they're natural. So we're going to use Got to Be Glue gel in the black bottle, and this is just going to be the first product I use to start doing my edges. So I just place that down on where the baby hairs are cut, and that's when I'm going to start to use my toothbrush to figure out my style. So baby hair customization is honestly the hardest part for me because number one, they're longer than your actual hair. Number two, you're not working on your actual head. And number three, it's kind of hard to just move them around like knowing that it's not growing from a scalp. So you have to be careful that you don't pull them out. If it looks too thick in any areas, definitely go on with your tweezer. The next product I'm using is the Ebin 24-hour edge tamer. This is going to hold it down because it's more of like a paste consistency. So it's definitely going to slick down your hair. So I really didn't understand how to do my baby hairs that well. I always have to do it on my head. So off camera, I did kind of fix it how I wanted it and to my liking. But just play with it and do it in the way that you want it to look. So when that was done, this is what the wig looked like. I definitely worked on the baby hairs off camera. So next I'm going to show you guys how I, just shape my hair. So I first start off by spraying the Got To Be Glued spray like you saw me. And then I'm going to make my parting space the same width as my actual natural hair. That is one key step to making your wig look really natural. Make sure your part is just the same width as the part in your natural hair. That way it looks like it's coming straight out of your head. So I'm taking that side section and I'm parting it off. And I'm just going to split it into a couple of sections. So I split it into 2 sections at first, and I'm taking some scissors and I'm not cutting the hair. I'm just using the blades of the scissors to basically thin out the hair. So with this, it's like I'm creating friction and I'm making it a little bit more poofy. That way I get volume, but it's not like a lot of volume. So when I'm going down, I'm still trimming the hair towards the bottom. So it's thinning it out, making it bigger at the roots and then just smaller towards the bottom, so that I get the volume around the side of my face, but it still effortlessly falls into the rest of the hair, like the volume of the bottom part of my hair. So you just want to make sure you do this in sections. That way you don't overcut, you don't make your hair look too choppy, and so that it just looks, voluminous. I don't like to have a side part that's too long and lays flat. It doesn't look good. It makes your hair look wiggy. You can tell it's like kind of fake. So I want to make sure that I just cut it and layer it to the shape of my face. And then I'm also sure to do this to the other side, so that both sides of our hair are leveled and they just correlate with each other and it looks decent. So the last thing for me to do was actually put on the wig. So you guys, I put on the wig and ooh, it is laid. I love the way how it's laying. The baby hairs look so natural. The parting space, I didn't bleach my knots. I used my Ben Nye translucent powder and topaz to get that color. But yeah, it looks so super dope. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this hair more, so stay tuned. So hey guys, that is it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys how to kind of customize a closure to kind of look like a frontal. And then I did try a new parting technique. As you can see, my part is kind of like a L shape or a J shape. And this is a side part. Sometimes I make my side parts like just way too straight and they don't look the way how I want them to look. I'm constantly having to tug on the front here so that it can look natural. So this time around, I like widened my part a little bit. I gave myself some baby hairs in the front, and like I kind of made the front of my closure a little bit like, I don't know, like I tweezed it so that it can look more of like a hairline. That way, I have a closure unit, but it kind of gives me a little bit more space at the front of my hair. So I love the way how this hair came out. I probably am going to sell this wig. This probably will be a part of my wig collection. If you haven't already, please follow my wigs page, which is Wigs by Queen Chama on Instagram. Follow me because I'm going to be dropping my line, I would say in like the next less than 2 months. It's going to be here. So yeah, this is honestly the softest curly hair that I've ever had in my entire existence with AliExpress. Like, it's crazy. I was feeling it when it first came out the box. I was like, why is this hair like unusually soft? Like, curly hair is usually soft, but this is like so fluffy. For 4 bundles in the closure, I feel like I have 2 bundles in my head. Like, it's so lightweight. This is the lightest hair I've ever had, and it's curly hair and it's long. So yeah, this is really cute. It's from Yiroo hair, and I don't know what else to say. I'm low-key kind of shocked. As you can see, I'm looking at myself. I said, damn girl, like, I usually would just like use Got To Be Glue to hold down my wig, or elastic band. I haven't put my elastic band in this unit, but it's fitting really snug. So when I do sell this wig, whoever buys it, you got a good wig, because this is low-key one of my best wigs I've ever made, especially with this parting. Like, this parting is to die for. And the shaping, like, this is probably one of my best units. So whoever gets it, kudos to you. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check the description box down below to check out Yiroo hair. This is some extraordinary curly hair. Very soft. I'm still shocked. I'm still shooketh. I'm still shooketh about the hair. Don't forget to follow me on all the rest of my social media pages, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.